Hello, and welcome back to the We Don't Wanna podcast. This is the show where two certified dipshits make uncertified takes about your favorite series. We are your hosts. I am Zach. Joining me as always, he is an ugly ball sack. It is Scotty Westside.
Okay, yeah. Turns out I had no clue what you were doing. When the fuck does someone call... What is that?
Dude, Carl calls Rast an ugly ball sack, dude.
Okay, yeah, I do. Yeah.
He
Okay.
fucking straight up calls him an ugly ball sack.
I mean, fuck Rast, first of all, so true.
I mean, you're basically Rast.
Fuck off. That's not even funny. That's like, Rast is just the fucking worst. Like, I hate that guy.
Yeah, that guy does suck. I mean, Carl kind of sucks too.
Well, that's it. You know what? It's funny you should bring this up now because I actually had a note for later of being like, boy, even like the scummiest piece of shit on this show, Carl, fucking hates Rast. So that must tell you a lot about how much Rast truly sucks.
Yeah, dude, he sucks. And he has these like his front teeth are weird. Like,
well, it's no call to make fun of a man's front teeth. Come on,
I
that's
mean,
just,
look, dude.
what
if we're gonna dig, we're gonna go in on this shit. Like, he's just a weird looking guy. Like, he's got beady little shark eyes.
I've heard
and,
he looks like an ugly
nose.
ball sack.
I mean, that's
what I've heard anyway.
That is true. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing, I'm fine. Whatever. I'm kind of in a tired. It's my day off and I've been sleeping.
You've been in a tired whatever for like the last week.
That's not true. Why do you say that?
You're
the one that has literally postponed us recording not once, not twice. Well, twice. It's twice. Actually. It's twice.
Yeah, I was last time you were like, okay, good, I'm feeling tired anyway.
Well,
Scott literally told me verbatim I wasn't looking forward to it anyway. Not to be a dick.
You can't tell the people that. They have to know that I'm very excited to be here and to record. It's good to see everyone out there.
Stop jerking them off, man.
That's all I can do. That's all I'm capable of. I tell you what I have been doing lately.
You are a good skier.
Yeah, very good at that. I have been watching a show called The Boys.
Oh, you started it.
I did. It's funny because I think someone just started talking about it in the Discord recently too.
Yes.
And I was like, I was gonna come on and talk about like, oh, I just started watching it. But yeah, I'm like midway through season 2. I'm into it. That show's good. Like I get the hype surrounding it.
You do.
It is.
Okay, can I ask, like, here my reluctance to dive into anything superhero-esque. Sure. And I know that this is the anti-superhero show, true. Right? Mm-hmm. Everybody tells me that shit. I get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the fact that, like, stuff surrounding superheroes tends to be really fucking cringe right now. Is it cringe? Like, is it gonna be like, this is corny?
No, because it's the whole. I feel like the whole point of it is just that, is that superheroes can be like cringe and corny, and they lean into that. Like, it truly is like not so much the anti-superhero show. It is very specifically the anti-MCU show.
Okay.
But what I personally, and that all is all fine and well and good, and that's not the reason I truly love it. But the angle that I like about it is that it is there are several DC universe storylines where, like, instead of alternate universe stuff, where, like, instead of the Justice League, what if they were bad guys and now they're the Justice Lords, and they, like, kind of do horrible things lords. And they rule over Earth basically. And it's not quite that, but there are elements of it to where, like, well, yeah, what if there was this, like, Superman type figure with godlike powers? What would he actually really be like,
If it was like a human?
Yes.
Like a man, like a person?
Right. If it was just like, well, I mean, just like, someone who has those kind of powers, would they really, like, go around saving people, or would they just, be an asshole?
Right.
And
well, I guess the reason I phrased the question that way is, like, I've been told, like picture, like, your average Joe getting superhero powers. Like,
But no, it's not like that at all. Like,
oh, okay.
it's not. No, they
like it's supposed to be like the things that people actually struggle with, like human beings struggle with, but now they have superpowers, so it's like 10 times worse.
No, you're looking at this all wrong. You're looking at this all wrong.
Okay,
It's not. It's not like that at all. It's like if our world was exactly the same as it was, but there were just legitimate superheroes out there, and they were like marketed and did movies like Disney MCU bullshit.
Oh.
So, but they actually truly do have powers, but they're still like Robert Downey Jr. celebrities, you know.
Okay.
So,
okay,
it's fun. Right. Like, I'm having a good time with it. The performances are very good.
How much have you watched?
So there's 8 episodes per season, and I'm like midway through season 2.
Okay, well, so you're plowing through.
Yeah, I'm plowing through.
Scott do be plowing.
I do be plowing, but it's fun, man. I'm having a real good time with it. I do recommend it, especially to you. I know you're very Marvel fatigued. And again, I don't necessarily want to like portray it as like, oh, if you hate Marvel, if you're sick of Marvel, you should definitely watch this show. I don't think it's necessarily should be taken as that, but there are elements that I appreciate about it.
Yeah,
that are kind of that.
You know, I think maybe this is a better way to say it. It's not necessarily Marvel fatigue, although I think it's a product of Marvel.
Sure.
Because of how
67 movies per year. You know?
Yes. But I just think the whole idea of like superpowers is just kind of a little lost on me right now. Like, sure. I would rather watch a good drama or or more fantasy type of lore stuff,
sure.
You know, like this or like Lord of the Rings,
and that's
you know,
fair.
like but I mean, look, I'm not opposed to checking it out. A lot of people have told me I need to. I value your opinion despite what I may say. So yeah. I have a little quick follow up. You and I have talked about this a little bit here,
okay,
but we haven't talked about it on the pod. I have been watching One Piece again.
Oh, true. Yes.
And boy,
for the first
why
time
did I stop?
I don't know, because you're a fucking.
Why
idiot.
did I stop? Because I am a fucking idiot. Yes, I am. I have just started the. For those of you who listen and who are One Piece fans, I have just started Water 7.
Hell yeah.
Hell
yeah.
I have just met Aokiji, right?
Aokiji, yeah.
Aokiji.
Admiral Aokiji.
I am very excited to see what the fuck happens next. I legitimately kind of almost like jumped off of a bridge. I almost unalived myself when I was watching the Davy back bullshit.
Oh, yeah. He had to fight through that, which I knew would happen, but
I honestly enjoyed the little filler arc before that. The Navarone.
Yeah. G8 is what it's called.
Yeah, G8 and I'm sure I've talked about this, but before I stopped watching One Piece, I had finished Skypiea, and I absolutely loved that.
Yeah.
Like, I loved Skypiea.
It's a weird time in the series because it's kind of two little weird, mostly comedy focused arcs in between two like super mega arcs. So, but you got through that and you're starting the best stretch of One Piece, in my humble opinion. So,
even compared to what's going on now, I hear what's going on now.
What's going on now, like especially in the manga, is pretty incredible, and it has been going on for the past several months. But I have a soft spot in my heart for classic One Piece, so I would still probably lean more towards that. But it's
Water 7 leading into Enies Lobby, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Is there anything in between them, or does it go straight into it?
Depends on how you want to look at it. Some people classify a certain train as its own little separate mini arc, but it's all connected. So,
it's all connected. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity to remind you folks who have maybe if you are just actually finding us because of the Game of Thrones show. If you've ever been interested in watching One Piece, the anime, or if you've been reluctant to watch One Piece, the anime, like how I always was.
True.
The start of We Don't Want a Podcast actually was born because I did not want to watch One Piece and Scott did not want to watch or read Harry Potter, excuse me. So maybe give that a go and go check out some of those earlier episodes. They're a fun time.
They're the first episodes we ever recorded, and I look back at them with mostly pain and like grimace. Just like, oh boy, we were real
There's a
rough.
lot more dick jokes back then. I'll tell
I don't
you
know. Is there really? We still do a lot of dick jokes.
I mean, there's more. Do you remember
it's
the
most
cum episode?
I distinctly remember that was all you. That was all you.
Lord,
I was talking more about just like the production quality and my sound in particular.
Yeah, it takes like 3 or 4 episodes, man. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Listen, I can be perfectionist about those kind of things. Anyway, are we ready to talk about Game of Thrones episode 34?
Hell yeah.
Episode 34, Oathkeeper. Shut the fuck up. Am I starting? No, you're starting.
No, I'm starting. Right? Yeah, so we're back. We're talking Game of Thrones. Let's talk about this fucking thing. Let's do the old quick and dirty.
Oh, I love it.
So we begin in the East with a hooked on phonics session with hot ass Missandei. Hot ass, yes. My notes are much smaller than they usually are.
No, they're just smaller than mine because I usually do the notes.
You're actually that's
what it is.
Very true.
Yeah.
I actually wrote a recap, guys.
Yeah,
can you believe that? It's not gonna be very great.
Let's go, Zeki boy.
We learned that Missandei is a very good teacher. A Grey Worm, disguised as a slave, breaks into Meereen to lead an uprising among the slaves. They are supplied with weapons and work to kill and overthrow the masters. The Targaryen flag is raised over the pyramid. Dany is given wise counsel by Barristan Selmy, who was Kingsguard to Aerys, the Mad King. But Dany clearly knows more than him, and does it her way. Anyway.
True.
Back at King's Landing, Jaime continues his training with Bronn and is confronted with the fact that he hasn't been to visit Tyrion. Jaime finally pays Tyrion a visit, and oh boy, what a scene that is.
What a scene, indeed.
On a ship headed to the Eyrie, Sansa and Littlefinger discuss Joff's death, and he tells her of how she actually contributed to the plot. Littlefinger confesses to wanting everything there is to have and alludes to conspiring with the Tyrells to murder Joff. Olenna plans on leaving King's Landing and tells Marjorie of how she knows how to fuck.
True!
She's like, yo, I got this shit, man. I am a pro.
Yeah.
She also all but tells Marjorie that she murked Joff for her.
Mm-hmm.
At the wall, Jon is training the new recruits when we see our good friend Locke. We have a little Locke reappearance here.
Mm-hmm.
He makes quick work of the trainees of a single trainee, before Alistair gets very pissed off that Jon is doing his job for him, basically. Janos shares some. I almost said Schlares.
Slint.
Janos Slint and shares. Fuck that guy.
Schluck.
Oh no!
You almost said schluck. You almost did the old schluck and gluck.
Dude, the old schluck and cuck. Oh my fucking god. Dude.
We're not gonna talk about the schluck incident. Not tonight.
No, we're not. No. Oh boy. Janos shares some wisdom with Alistair about Jon being well liked, and if he doesn't take care of Jon now, he may be serving him for the rest of his life.
In King's Landing, Jaime and Cersei have a sharp conversation about the protection of Tommen, and Cersei questions Jaime's loyalties by asking why Catelyn set him free. Tommen is paid a visit by Sir Pounce, and we hear a little kitty purring. Who could that little kitty be? Jaime visits Brienne. Jaime gives Brienne the Valyrian steel sword, a new suit of armor, and Pod the sex god. Jaime insists, boy, neither of us can talk. Jaime insists she use these gifts to go find and protect Sansa and Arya, and uphold her vow to Lady Catelyn. In a very heartfelt farewell, she tells Jaime that she has named the sword Oathkeeper. Zach's words, I'm not crying, you're crying. I personally, honestly found that a little cringe, but I suppose we'll talk about that.
Fuck off. You're such a fucking greasy cunt.
That's my joke.
Yeah, well, I just fucking stuck it back on.
You commandeered it. Back at the wall, Sam is afraid for Gilly's safety. Alistair sanctions the ranging to Craster's Keep to attack the mutineers. John gives a speech and earns volunteers to go with him. Locke joins too. At Craster's Keep, Carl calls Rast a ballsack. Here it is. And they take Craster's last son to be born out to be sacrificed to the White Walkers. Rast taunts John's direwolf ghost, and we learn that Bran is camped not far away from the keep. Bran and company hear the crying babe, so Bran wargs into Summer and goes to investigate. Summer falls into a trap, and Raisin Bran and co. get captured. Somewhere unknown, beyond the wall, a White Walker carries Craster's son into a cave. It's not really a cave, is it? It's like a summoning circle of some kind. And
is it not in like a mountain?
No,
I feel like it's like in. I guess I could be wrong.
No, it's in the open. It's in the open. Either, it doesn't matter. Sets him down on some sort of sacrificial altar. The Night King does the old.
You gotta do it in the accent.
Voldemort. I can't even. What is Ralph Fiennes' accent? I can touch you now. And turns him into a little baby White Walker. And that is episode 34. Oathkeeper. A episode that happens in season 4.
Are you not a fan of this episode?
No, I just, maybe in my mind, I have too much of an inflated view of season 4. And I was kind of disappointed by this episode.
Okay. That can happen.
I don't know.
So I think it's a good episode.
I think it's fine.
There's not a single thing that I'm like, I don't like this.
Well, again, I didn't love
often.
the Oathkeeper. Brienne is just kind of cringe. Come on, you got to back me up on this.
She is, but paired with Jamie and like her cringe and like pureness, touching him in that way, fiddling him in that way. It works for me.
See, when they parted at Harrenhal, who and why? When they parted at Harrenhal and she called him Sir Jamie for the first time, that like got me. That was touching and very whatever. This time it didn't land. And maybe I'm just a cynical,
You're just
asshole.
a greasy cunt.
I'm just
what you are.
I'm just a greasy cunt. Anyway, we can talk about that more later. Shall we go bottom to top here as we like to do, or top to bottom? Sorry, I did.
I like it both
It's
ways,
usually bottom to top. Obviously, I just showed there that I like it bottom to top. In the East, I have one question mainly. That is bugging me.
How much did Grey Worm pay for those Hooked on Phonics sessions?
Well, that too. But also, is she really such a good teacher? Good if
yes, exactly.
Teach him proper diction, Miss Ande. Come on.
Yeah.
No, that's not the thing I was gonna. Where the fuck did those fuckers get that flag that big?
That giant Targaryen
That thing
flag
is enormous.
Oh yeah.
How long has like Jorah and Barristan been sewing that thing?
She freed the slaves and then was like, "Hey, make a fucking flag for me." And
hey, make a flag the size of 2 football fields for me.
Work endlessly because this needs to be done by next episode.
Yeah, it needs to be done immediately. Also, I can't remember if it's Grey Worm or who says it, but they say something about there's 3 slaves for every master, and then immediately in the next
there's
scene,
2 guards with a master.
No, I was gonna say they show about 1,000 slaves swarming one master. So I'm like, where this is
okay. Well, what's even dumber is if there's 2 slaves for every 1 master, and
2
the masters also have guards as well, they're still outnumbered.
Well, I think the point is that the guards are also slaves, but I take your meaning. Yeah, the East is. The East.
Look, I will say this. I will defend something here. I feel like this is, to me, this is the last episode where I'm like, genuinely like into what's happening, because she is like, in your mind, she's already in Marine. She's already occupying. She's already sitting there for fucking 24 seasons.
Sure.
You know, like there is still things happening. She is still in the process of taking the city and like making stuff happen there. And to me, this is still interesting if I'm trying to like put myself in the lens of like the first time I watched it, like I'm interested in this, you know? But I do get what you mean, because I mean, we obviously know, you know, sorry, spoiler alert, people who have not watched ahead. Danny enjoys Marine, okay?
Danny do be enjoying Marine.
Yeah, dude, she goes on holiday in Marine, dude. Just fucking say that. I get what you're saying.
Well, I think the other thing that probably bugs me a little bit is that this should be the toughest one of the 3 cities she has taken. Like it is in the books. They are well prepared for her. It's also the biggest of the 3 cities.
And it happens immediately.
And it seems to be like the easiest.
Yeah.
Like it happens instantly. And that's also kind of just like that scene. I understand they were probably doing it to like save on budget and not have like a huge battle scene and blah blah blah. But like it happened way too quick for my taste. It was just like I had forgotten. Like
that's honestly a fair point. I've never really thought of that, or like it's just always been what it is, you know, for me. But yeah, I mean, Marine is a big deal.
Yes.
You know, and it should have been more of a big deal to actually capture the city.
The first one, obviously, Astapor. Astapor was kind of a crumbling, run-down city. Also, she took them, obviously, by huge surprise by basically stealing all the Unsullied. And, no, the first one. I'm talking about the first one. And then burning them with dragons. And then Yunkai was much more of a struggle. And this one, it's just like instant, and I'm just like, that seemed too easy. But
yeah,
holding on to Marine will not be as easy. Let's put it that way. But we do need to talk about is how, you know, like you said, like you wrote in the recap, Barristan tries to give her some wise counsel, and she's just like, nah, I'm good. I know best.
The thing that is so much more aggravating to watch on rewatch, I guess, is I feel like we talk about this often. Is just all the motherfuckers.
Yes.
And I know some of you fuckers out there who are listening right now are Danny apologists. So don't. I mean, unless we've converted you, which you're welcome. If not,
Emily.
Yeah,
sorry,
Emily.
I just watched that episode.
People are just baffled that Danny would choose violence. What? No.
The thing I have written here in my notes is verbatim. But her heel turn came out of absolutely nowhere. It came out of nowhere, bro. It was
one day she's fine, and the other day she's destroying the city.
There was no lead up to it. What the heck, bro?
Look here.
Listen, she has reasons to be pissed at what they did to those slave children. Yes. No one is disputing that. But when a pretty, I feel like, wise and reasonable older man, like, and respected older man, like, honorable, like,
who served for her father.
Who literally served for her father, who was known as the Mad King, tells her, hey, sometimes it is better to answer injustice with mercy. And she's like, fuck that, fuck you, I'm crucifying these motherfuckers.
Yes.
It's just like, come on, red flags.
Look, I think that there are a lot of people out there who are like their view of this is clouded by the fact that they deserved it,
right?
You know,
which sure,
they
deserve something.
I would never dispute that they deserve something.
Yeah.
But I think what the bigger point here, if it comes to them being crucified, if it comes to them being killed. That is war, okay? You know, like, I'm not so naive to think that can't happen. It is the fact that she has the choice between the two, and she's advised hey, mercy is just as powerful
Yes.
as justice. And in that moment, when she hears his words, takes half a breath, and is like, "They're dead. I'm killing them all."
Yeah.
Barristan, there is a look in his eyes that is like, I really hope she's not like her father.
Yeah.
This has been foreshadowed since the beginning of fucking time.
Yes.
And you Dany apologists need to accept that.
And again, for me, it's not even the manner of, like I said, doing something to them. It's. I feel like it's the manner in which she did it. Like, if you want to execute them, fine, well and good, but to like, make them suffer and like nail them up on crosses, it's just like, it's kind of not okay. You're it's literally, I feel like it's the two things that, two wrongs don't make a right,
Right.
and it's like, these are prisoners of war, so to speak. I know the Geneva Convention hasn't happened yet, but you are doing a war crime, Dany.
We also need to acknowledge this too. Like, I've never actually thought about this until you and I are having this conversation, but like, she is okay with doing this to her enemies.
Right.
Was she petitioning to fucking kill the Khalasar after they're like her own people, her allies, after they're raping and killing?
Oh, sure, right.
She wanted it to stop,
right?
But it's like there has to be this understanding of like, this is the way of their life.
Sure.
They are cruel, and it needs to be adjusted, and it needs to be like prevented from happening any further. And maybe this is what they need to do to send a message, but there is a difference between a well thought out intentional play than like a tantrum throwing child making a rash decision.
I'm mad at what they did.
Exactly.
Type of reaction.
Yes, exactly.
For sure. I think we've said enough about that. Let's talk about Bronn and Jaime.
Have we though? No, I'm just kidding.
Bronn and Jaime, and then we'll jump into the amazing Jaime and Tyrion scene.
Yes, please.
The line that Bronn has where after he, does a dirty trick and beats the shit out of Jaime, and Jaime's like, "You fucking, what the hell is wrong with you?" And Bronn basically tells him something to the effect of like, "Oh, you fight honorable and this and that," and he tells him, "I bet that thrust through the Mad King's back was pretty as a picture." And I'm just like, dude, you are really touching so many like nerves and like soft points for Jaime there.
Right.
It's very, very good. Some of them like unbeknownst even to Bronn, but he's just
the crazy thing. I'm glad you brought this up, dude, because when watching, like, I mean, anything really, if you have like a major turn in a character, it's really easy as the viewer to be bought into this turn, to be bought into like the aha moment, because you've seen the peek behind the curtain. And when the show kind of gives it back to Jaime, because not everybody knows how good he actually, he is.
What he did, yeah.
You're like, you take it personally a little bit. You're like, oh, dude, fucking calm down, man. But it's like, dude, to everybody out there, this guy is a backstabbing, piece of shit. So it kind of takes you out for a second.
Right.
So I think it's pretty funny.
But the opposite side of that is like, obviously Bronn doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, Bronn does not give a fuck.
He's just making fun of him, like being a dick. Like, I mean, he literally ripped Jaime's hand off and used his own gold hand to smack him across the face. It's very, very good.
For me, I guess what I'm saying is like, how quickly you turn to like, to be like, that's my boy.
That's how
that's
dare
my fucking guy.
You don't know, Bronn. He killed the Mad King for a reason. You don't get it, Bronn.
Just don't understand. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, great stuff. And then speaking of great stuff, boy, do I wish we got more Jaime Tyrion scenes. Like, we get a couple for sure. In this season still coming, I can think of at least one more.
You are still what?
What?
Still coming?
I'm still coming, always.
Yes.
But man, this scene is good, Zach.
Yeah, man. There is, I mean, there's probably a million things we could talk about in their conversation, but just kind of cutting right into it here, when Jaime asks Tyrion,
Yeah.
did you do it?
Mm-hmm.
And he essentially is like, are you really asking if I killed your son? It's just, it cuts, dude, so deep, man. I mean, it's heart-wrenching.
And then
see.
That's when Jaime responds with, "Are you really asking me if I would come in here and kill my brother?" Too,
Right, sure,
he?
yes.
And it's
Yeah,
just
there's definitely more to that. Like,
oof.
I mean, it really is just. I just wish that we got more Jaime Tyrion stuff. Like, like always. Like, I just wish we got to see them on screen together more. Their relationship is just such a cool dynamic with how all of their outside forces in their family are like daggers pointed to him. So like Jaime even has to kind of like tiptoe around caring about Tyrion. It's just such a cool dynamic. I love it so much.
There aren't many other relationships like this one in the show that we get very often. Like, I think back to even first season, like the brief interaction that Jon and Robb had as like brothers. I enjoyed a lot, but that's pretty much all we get there. There's just not a lot of like brotherly like affection and like, obviously they know each other very well, and they, they're like the quippy characters of the show.
Right.
So they're like giving each other like shit back and forth, but at the same time, obviously Tyrion is in a very rough position, so it's very tense as well. It's just there's not a lot of other relationships like theirs in the show, and they're two of my favorite characters obviously as well, so that just makes it even better. And this conversation is just phenomenal, and it's not even their best one. I don't think
it really is not. There's the moment where Jaime says, well, what do you want me to do?
Right.
And Tyrion tells him, well, you can set me free.
Right.
Jaime's like, look, man, I can't do that.
What am I supposed to do? Kill the guards? Like, what do you want from me?
And Jaime, I mean, essentially, he tells him, look, I mean, you're going to have a trial.
Yeah.
And Tyrion is just like, look, man, who the fuck are you kidding?
Yeah.
Like, this trial has been decided already. Like,
the trial is a
so
sham in Tyrion's mind, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and it is. It really is. Like, do you think for a second that regardless if Cersei was one of the judges or not, do you think Tywin would have the intention to let him walk?
Well, Cersei isn't one of the judges.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're right. She's just influence. She's trying to influence. Right. Do you think that Tywin would?
Well, no. Like, in Tyrion's mind, obviously, like, his father Tywin has been, trying to get rid of him. Not exactly, but like, has hated him from the day he was born.
Right.
So that's, and obviously his sister is convinced that he killed their son, and she hates him. So yeah, in Tyrion's mind, there's no way out of this trial, like, in a good way for him. So, yeah, it's an unbelievable sequence.
I think Tyrion even says like the real murderer could come out and confess.
Yes, correct.
And it wouldn't
matter.
change.
It wouldn't matter. Yep. It's phenomenal. Let's talk about Sansa and Littlefinger.
So much intrigue here. I've got to tell you, the first time I watched, I was very much like, I don't want to say checked out, but there was a little bit of like, I'm not completely sure what is going on here. And rewatching, and obviously watching much more intentionally, I'm just like, dude, Littlefinger is a motherfucker.
True.
He is such a motherfucker. It's really good.
Obviously, like, the necklace thing here comes to light. That was the poison, and then it's not subtle in the way it's like, cuts directly to Olenna. And it's like
sure.
Littlefinger basically says something to the effect of like, that's an alliance that I wanted to grow strong. And I'm like, okay, motherfucker. That's literally the Tyrell words, you asshole.
That combined with the fact that his creep ass delivery is like the most in your face bullshit I've ever heard.
I fucking love it so much. What else is so funny is obviously Olenna. Like,
oh yeah,
Olenna just fucking rules. We've probably said this enough times by now, but every scene she is in, she just fucking owns, and she makes me crack up, and I love her to death. She's the best.
Yeah, I agree.
This is where
she tells her that she knows how to fuck.
Right, yeah, where she's what does she say? Like, he couldn't get down the stairs the next morning because he couldn't walk or something.
Yeah, dude. Like the funniest is okay, look, to paraphrase here for our listeners. This is what happened. She says, "Hey, was it her sister? It was her sister, right? My sister's supposed to marry this guy,
but I fucked him."
Yeah, but I was
into submission.
I was like, nah, I don't think so. So I snuck into his room in the middle of the night. God. I fucked the absolute shit out of him. And the next day he could barely walk. And after that, he never even looked at my sister again.
Right.
The dude was obsessed with me.
Basically, she says, I fucked his legs off. I fucked him so hard, I paralyzed him. Like, fuck yeah, Olenna.
His name is Brandon Stark.
His name is Brandon Stark. He's literally the broken after I was through with him.
Dude.
That's how I want to go out, by the way.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Like the old crushed pelvis.
Yeah, she's basically saying, look, we ladies, we got to do what we got to do.
Yes.
And tells Marjorie, yeah, thank me because now you don't have to deal with that little shit. You're welcome. Basically.
You're welcome. Great stuff from Olenna. Marjorie legitimately surprised by this. I think she knew her grandmother was a savage, but not quite to that level.
Right. Yeah.
But
we should also say that like a big part of this conversation, not just to show off that Olenna is a badass, but she is telling Marjorie, you have work to do.
Right. Yes.
Like you are still in line to be queen. Tommen is gonna be next.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need to control this kid.
Right.
You need to get in there.
I mean, like she told her, I think she says explicitly, like, you did great work with Joffrey, but he was still a monster. Like, Tommen will be much easier for you to kind of,
right.
work your magic on. And boy, is he ever. That little fucker has no shot.
That kitty
whatsoever. That when she comes in and is like talking to poor little dudes, just got no shot.
Yeah,
no shot whatsoever.
He is in just like absolute disbelief. He's like,
I'm glad they aged him up because if they had done this scene with like the age Tommen is in the books, it would have been very, very awkward.
I mean, there's a lot of very questionable age things happening.
True.
Yeah.
Big true. Let's see. What else happens
at
here?
the wall. So
yeah.
Jon and the whole Locke thing. Man, I've watched this season at least 3. This is probably my 4th time watching it, maybe. Shit, man, maybe 5th. I don't know. But every time I rewatch it, I'm always like, oh yeah, that's Locke. Like that's like I forgot. I just always forget that this is a thing that happens.
I think I kind of the whole ranging to Craster's Keep. Yes, I kind of forget that whole thing happens in this season. I think I can never remember like where exactly it does happen, but it only makes sense that this is where it would have to go.
And I forget that like this is okay. So I think I hold such vivid memories of my first time watching the show that like I let that impede on like how I remember things happening, I guess. And people show up at the wall all the time. Like
Yeah.
like Janos shows up, like it's
Yeah.
Locke shows up, and every time I'm like, why the fuck is he here? Like, what did he do to get here again? I always forget.
Was it the first episode of this season where basically that happens? Like, it seems like so much longer ago than that, but it had to have been this season.
Yeah, it was definitely this season. It was, yeah, because that's when Roos shows back up at.
I guess it seems so long ago. Maybe it's just because of our recording schedule recently. But
if this is your first time watching and you are like me, like, why is he here again?
Yeah.
Locke, remember, is a Bolton man.
Yes.
He was sent by Ramsay and Roos to go
find
fucking
Bran.
And also kill John.
Yeah, but more
mostly
than anything,
Bran, but
mostly
like
Bran. Yeah,
they want to eliminate any Stark bloodline, basically in the North.
Sure.
Is why he's up there.
For sure. By the way, real quick, this is the most intelligent thing Janos Slynt has ever said or done.
Yeah,
like
who fucking knew?
This fucking guy. I'm like, he's absolutely correct about Jon, and he's telling Sir Alliser, yeah, he's well liked. If there's a choosing, you might take orders from him. Yeah, the rest of your life. And I'm like, Janos Slynt actually with a brain? Who would have fucking thought? So yeah, it's just I always appreciate seeing Sir Alliser also again, just because I think that actor does an amazing job, and
of being a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's such just like
a greasy cunt.
Yeah, he's such a greasy cunt, but I can't help but like him a little bit. He is really going to town on that chicken. Like, he's got some real hound energy, by the way, when he sanctions Jon's ranging. Good little I am Spartacus moment here with Jon too, where he gets all the dudes to stand up to join him. Proving once again, yeah, Jon is well liked and respected.
And a natural leader.
Yes, definitely. Real quick, I missed this when we were talking about the Tommen part. I thought it was very funny that Tommen looks up and that arrow, the crossbow bolt, is still stuck through that boar's head.
Yes, yes.
From the Joffrey and Marjorie scene, I was like, okay, that's very, very funny.
What's even funnier in that scene is that he hears a noise and his immediate instinct is to sit straight up and go, "Sir Pounce, is that you?"
Yeah, dude, we can't. We should probably the people will
Azor
hate us
Ahai confirmed
if we don't mention Sir Pounce enough, because folks do be loving Sir Pounce. I love Sir Pounce.
Yeah,
it's a great name.
Yeah, it's great.
Good stuff there. Is it then to the
Jaime Brienne, your favorite?
Well,
Jaime Cersei. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, Jaime Cersei.
Do you like the scene?
It's kind of just, there's not a whole lot here, is there? She's basically just like, she's worried about Tommen.
She is, but she's just, I don't have any problem with like the acting or anything like that. I just like, I've always thought it's kind of like a strange like tone thing.
Yeah.
Like I guess maybe it's because I like Jaime so much that I don't like cold Cersei to Jaime. And that probably is it. Is I'm being a little too emotionally connected here. But like her whole bullshit of like
the Catelyn thing.
Like why'd she set you free? Like what was she hoping to gain? And Jaime's like, dude, she was hoping I'd send her children back. Like, is that so hard for you to believe? You know.
And his other thing is just like, I would have swore whatever it took to get back to you. And like Cersei is just like not having it. I think what this is obviously she's
terrified.
She's terrified for Tommen. She's pissed off that he went to see Tyrion because Tyrion is public enemy number 1 to her.
Yeah.
And also she's pissed at what she saw or what she talked to Brienne about at the wedding. Like she does not like Brienne. She does not like the whole Jaime Brienne thing. She's just not happy about that. And boy, if she knew what else Jaime does here with Brienne, she would really not be happy. But yeah, listen, Cersei is if there is one defining character trait of Cersei, it is she is protective of her children.
Yes.
And that's what this is. So
Yes. Was there a scene that we had missed that you had wanted to talk about?
No. It was actually further down, I realized. Okay. Pod the Sex God. Glad he's back. No need to like hate on him that much, Brienne. Come on. He's such a sweet young lad.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Brienne is not like she's not the nicest person.
No.
Like, she's gullible and like very honor bound, but like she is cold to people because she has it. People have always been cold to her. Right?
She's just very blunt and kind of yeah.
And she's like, yo, what is this fucking guy supposed to do for me? I don't need this shit.
I love Bronn and Pod's interaction when he gives him Tyrion's axe, and Pod just kind of stares at him for a second, and Bronn goes, "What are you waiting for? A kiss?" And I'm just like, Bronn, you continue to be the best. I love you. But yes, okay. So let me hear why this scene broke you down and
I mean, it's
shattered
just like,
your world.
It's just I just like Jaime Brienne. I just love their interactions. I love how opposite they are and how, like, if they're on a spectrum, they're pulled to the center of the spectrum when they're working, when they're having scenes together.
Sure.
And I love it. I think it's such a cool dynamic.
It's just Oathkeeper is so lame.
I think that's a cool name for a sword, man.
Joffrey came up with better names for his 16 different swords. He didn't come up with
his name. Well, he did come up with
his first several. Well, there was like Lion's Tooth. There was Widow's Wail, I think.
That's the one that somebody else came up for.
What was the one at the
Heart Eater?
Heart Eater, yeah, the Blackwater.
Heart Eater.
Heart Eater. Come on, Heart Eater's way better than Oathkeeper.
I mean, it's not a competition, my guy.
Yes, for me, it's always a competition.
I'm just saying Oathkeeper is a cool name, dude.
I kind of cringed at this, I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
you are just ridiculous.
I'm just a salty bastard, probably.
You are. You're a greasy cunt, dude. I keep telling you.
God damn it. We already talked about the Jon thing. So Craster's Keep. Yeah, these guys suck. Like, this show is very explicit about telling you these guys are scum.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, even the scummiest scum on the show fucking hates Rast, proving that everyone hates Rast. So yeah, fuck that guy, and fuck you for comparing me to Rast. Also, you fucking dick.
You're just an easy target, man.
I'm not Chaz. Sorry, buddy.
I think Chaz is actually getting offended that we.
He is. We do it too much. Look, he'll be on soon, and we'll
Chaz, we love you, pal.
We love you to death. We only give you shit because we care. Listen, if we didn't care, we would ignore you. But we love you. That's how that goes. Bran's an idiot.
Bran is an idiot.
Can we shake on that?
I mean, Bran's just boring, is my thought.
But just like just gets his wolf caught in a trap.
Yeah.
Just what are you doing? Also, I have a bone to pick with this. It is very explicit that Ghost never makes a sound. In the books, I guess I should say specifically. So I'm calling bullshit on like him like whining and howling, and that like leads Summer to him and gets him caught in the trap. Ghost never makes any noises ever. He is silent, which is part of the reason
that he's so cool.
Well, that he's so cool, but also part of the reason Jon named him Ghost, because he's literally just silent, never makes a sound. So.
Also because he's white.
There is that too. Yes, thank you. I said part of the reason, you asshole. But yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that. Ghost doesn't make any noise.
Have we not heard him growl before?
I don't remember it specifically happening in the show, but what I'm saying is like he's not supposed to. He's supposed to be silent. He doesn't
Yeah, when he kills, or when he is not kills, I'm sorry, when he's trying to get into Mormont's room with the white,
yeah.
he's definitely
like
whining and
true.
growling or whatever, or yelping or whatever the fuck.
That's fair. Well, it just jumped out to me now, so fuck you.
Okay, well, you're wrong, because in the show they're doing it different. So
True. Speaking of things they do different in the show, this whole White Walker scene was definitely a surprise. Because this is just hasn't happened yet, or doesn't happen in the books, and it is a cool scene. I do like it.
Yeah, I think like you always want to get like a something wrapped up, that
Sure.
that's just it's natural to want that or to appreciate that in a show, whether it's good or bad. It's just nice to feel like, okay, I get it now. That is what these male babies are doing.
Yep.
This is the agreement that Craster has with the White Walkers.
And I do appreciate that, like, sometimes the White Walkers can be so, like, shoved to the background, like so much else is going on, and we go, so long in between seeing them sometimes, or even like the whites, the zombies. It's like I like that we get these little teases and hints here and there of just like, hey, remember what like the big maybe true threat is here in the background. Like, remember this is also coming. That's a problem.
Yeah. Right.
So I appreciate that aspect of it as well.
Like, what I really want to know is, does that baby like still have to age?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Like, do they just have like a playpen of these things, like while they're getting older? Like,
yes.
like
100%. They have
how
a little.
Does this work,
they
man?
have a little ice playpen.
Is like one of the White Walkers like the teacher and has to teach them how to do like their magic stuff or like
100%. 100%. This is
these are the questions we need answered.
Little White Walker baby school for sure. That absolutely happens. Anything else we need to hit, Zachy boy?
That is that's pretty much it. I think it's time for Who Be Thrown In.
Who Be Thrown In? By the way,
what?
Speaking of, like, well, I knew you were about to do some music there, but
we
get the most foreboding ass end credits music ever after the White Walker incident. Did you notice that?
Oh yeah,
it's like boom, 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 and I'm like, hell yeah! It's like as if like these ice creatures turning a baby into one of them
is a big deal,
right? It's like as if that wasn't like, hey, this is fucking like intense and dramatic enough. Like here's this dude pounding on a piano for you as well. Yeah, good stuff.
So deep and
veiny.
Deep, yes.
Deep
and throbbing and two-tone.
All the above. Not the two-tone. No. We're not going there. Where we last left off, Timon had taken the top spot. The Hound was at 2. Davos was at 3. Littlefinger was at 4. And Daenerys was at 5th. Since Zach postponed 16 different times, I do not remember at all what happened last time, so I'll just say cool and yeah to that.
I mean, it's a solid list.
It is a solid list. Of these, I think we can probably agree that Littlefinger and Daenerys have a case at staying. Davos and the Hound are not in this episode, so they can come down. Technically Tywin is not either, but I still kind of want to leave him up there.
Come on.
Yeah, all right, listen, he's got enough of a lead as it is. I did not bring the stats, but I did look at them briefly, and he is so far ahead of everyone. It's ridiculous. As he should be, as he should be, honestly. Who are you thinking this week, pal?
I'm thinking Jon.
Okay, I agree for sure. Where is Jon? Let me pop him up here. I am definitely thinking our girl Olenna for sure.
Good call.
Who else? Do we want Jamie? Jamie, probably.
Why?
Because why? He has an amazing scene with Tyrion. He's keeping his oath to Catelyn. He gives Brienne all this good shit.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
I was
why?
actually gonna say, do we consider Brienne because she just got a fucking Valyrian steel sword?
She did get a Valyrian steel sword, and I would hear the argument, but for me, it's mostly Jamie that's doing all these things for her.
Yeah, but he gave away a Valyrian steel sword. He no longer has a Valyrian steel sword.
It's fine. He can't really use it anyway.
He only has one hand. He needs all the help he can get.
A one-handed man does need all the help he can get with no family. I don't think Brienne has ever made the list, so I don't think I have her on here. Do you
okay,
really?
You can leave her off. No.
I was like, do you really want?
I don't love Brienne. I'm just being a schmuck.
We make fair and impartial
I'm being a
decisions
schluck.
here. Yeah, you are. God damn it. Who else?
Cersei didn't have a great episode.
What about Bronn?
I mean, Bronn had 2 funny things he said.
I mean, more than 2.
Come on, man.
All
You can't
right,
just resort to
fine.
Bronn when you don't have a fucking person.
Of course, that's what I'm gonna do. What about my dude Ghost? I didn't even know I had him on.
He was
here.
captured.
I know, but I just wanted to pull
I
him
know.
up. I know, but
He
I just wanted
definitely
to pull
deserves
him
to
up
win.
because I had him on here. I have Ghost and not Brienne.
Let's put Ghost on the list because
Wait.
he's not true to book.
Yes, exactly, because he's not true to pick. Wait, hold on. I do have someone. Do a little thing, because shit.
Do a little thing. Do a little thing.
There is someone I forgot about.
I guess now is a great time to let you folks know that we do still have merch available. You can hit the link in the description below. We've got 3 new designs, 1 old design, total of 4 if you guys need help counting. Available on a lot of different pieces of clothing. We're tired. It's okay. And yeah, they're nice. I'm wearing one of them right now. We're in one of our hoodies. Nice and soft hoodie with a sweet ass design. And we got baseball tees, we got crop tops, we got mauve. We got dusty blue.
We got that. We got that mauve.
We
Okay.
got that mauve. We got that dusty blue.
In all seriousness, this fucking character has to make it. Goddamn Sir
Is it
Pounce,
Sir Pounce?
baby. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it's Sir Pounce.
I'm okay with Sir Pounce.
Yeah. It has to be Sir Pounce.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
Marjorie maybe too.
Marjorie needs to make the list.
Yeah, Marjorie. In all seriousness, probably Marjorie. But also definitely Sir Pounce. Sir Pounce
Does
is gonna
Tommen
like
make
just
the list?
live here in the middle. No, fuck Tommen.
What? Excuse me, that's uncalled for.
Excuse you was right for even suggesting him. Okay, I think these are options here. We have 6, so we need to lose 1.
Jamie.
You're probably right. You think Littlefinger and Daenerys do more than Jamie?
Yeah.
Daenerys, we kind of had a lot of problems with what she did, though.
It doesn't
But she
change the
did-
fact that
she
she
did
fucking
take
take
the
Marin,
city.
dude.
Yeah, okay, fine. Man, it pains me to lose Jamie over Olenna, maybe? Olenna's rad, but no, she killed the king. I can't take her off.
Yeah, I don't.
That's a pretty big move.
Yeah.
Man, that
I could
pains
maybe
me.
see Jamie over John, but I still don't.
No,
I still don't subscribe
think
to that.
John needs to make this list for sure.
Okay, Jamie over Sir Pounce.
Well, Sir Pounce is getting the honorary middle spot, which I have just now decided is a thing.
Oh, okay.
So he's not counted amongst the 6.
Okay.
Shit. That
Look at us
pains
just making
me.
decisions
Yeah,
just on the fly. I love
well,
that.
me mainly, but sure.
This is an us thing, Scott.
Sorry, pal. Boy, I cannot believe in the Oathkeeper episode we're really gonna cut Jamie.
I mean, you thought Oathkeeper was cringe, so you can fuck right off.
That was Brienne's name. It was the thought that counted.
Yeah, but he gave away a Valyrian steel sword,
yes,
Scott.
but it was for a good cause, and also.
Come on, we're rewarding charity
He
now?
has an amazing scene with his brother. I feel like you're just discounting that.
Oh, shit.
He looks out for Pod, the sex god who we love. He has a great scene with Bronn at the beginning.
He really does. Holy fuck, I forgot about the Tyrion scene.
Yeah, you fucker. I knew you had. I think we can lose
I think over Olenna.
Finger.
No, I think Littlefinger is better than Olenna. Littlefinger is
hold on.
Scheming, like positioning scheming.
That's true. What about Marjorie? Because everything Marjorie did was basically directly a result of what Olenna told her to do.
That's fair, and she hasn't really seen the fruits of her labor yet.
Right.
I'd be okay with that. I think
of these, I think I love Marjorie, but of these, I think she is actually.
I have to agree. Actually.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's lose Marjorie then. Winner of the episode for me is probably.
It's not John. You're about to say John.
Don't say John.
It's not.
Like a case could be made for Littlefinger.
I think it's Littlefinger or Olenna.
I was gonna say Littlefinger or Daenerys, but I think she does enough to hold herself back. Also, Jaime did a lot. All right, Littlefinger. Then is that where we're?
Yeah, I mean, like,
we're landing here.
Not that this should be the deciding factor, because obviously any one thing can outweigh this. But like, when we're talking about playing the Game of Thrones, like
he is playing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I can shake to that. Olenna next. Then you think because she killed a king, and also she was rad.
Yeah. I think the next ones are going to be tough. I'm okay with Olenna next.
Okay, I'm okay with Olenna next too. Man.
Yeah, these are tough.
I could
For me, it's a toss-up between Dany and Jaime, in my opinion.
I say Jaime, and I think you're right. I think it is between those two. I think Jon goes 5.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Daenerys goes 4. And Jaime goes...
Are we biased? Yes. This is our show.
Of course
Fuck
we are.
off.
This is our
Jaime above
show.
Dany, all right?
Yeah, you forgot the Tyrion scene, you bitch. You wanted to cut Jaime.
I did, truly. Yeah, man. Holy, you brought that shit back.
Yeah.
So hard for me.
Thank you.
I
like to bring things hard for you.
It's a common occurrence.
Yes, definitely. I cannot select Daenerys to save my life. Holy shit.
The system knows, dude. The system knows she doesn't belong.
She doesn't belong here.
You can't sit with us.
There it is. All right. I think, is that good? Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is...
And Sir Pounce in the middle.
And Sir Pounce in the middle, tying the whole episode together. Azor Ahai Reborn, for sure. That is who be thrown in for this week. Bottom to top, it is Jon at 5, Daenerys at 4, Jaime at 3, Olenna at 2, and Littlefinger at 1. That is quite the list for sure, but I think we got it right.
I think we got it right. We don't do many things right, but I think we got that one right.
Very little.
Yeah.
Very little.
Yeah, except for going bottom to top. You do always get
that. Oh, I'm good at that.
Hey,
hell yeah.
Let's what do you rate this episode?
Oh, good. Yeah.
Hey, let us also, while you're thinking about that, let us also say, look, guys, we don't have a production team. We don't have a producer. We don't have a script. We forget shit.
Yeah.
We made a big deal about saying we're going to do this, and we just haven't done it in 2 months.
We also made that up halfway through, too. So, at one point, we were counting things in episodes.
You guys have been fucking my ass on this about this on Instagram and Twitter, and shit. I am chafing.
Yeah,
we are getting it right. All right.
Okay. Yeah. I'm giving this a 5 out of 10.
Oh.
Remember, we are grading against Game of Thrones episodes, not against.
Yeah. I might have to go 5 also. Maybe 5.5.
Okay. Do we want to throw out a ranking for the season 4 episodes we missed while we're at it? If we can remember. Two Swords, the season premiere gets a 10.
Yeah, I mean, I have all my notes right here. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Two Swords gets a 10 out of 10 for me.
Two Swords gets a 9 out of 10 for me.
Okay. Then it was Lion in the Rose. That one gets
8
like
out of
a
10.
7.5.
7.5, maybe 8 out of 10.
7.5 for me. And then what was the last episode?
Breaker of Chains.
Oh, yeah. What happened in that episode?
So Tywin has his conversation about the birds and the bees with Tommen.
Oh yeah. I'll give
the Hound and Arya return.
Yeah, that was the Marin, the greatest.
You gotta do all
got
those.
Killed by Marin fucking Trant.
No. That's next episode. You fucking idiot.
Wait, is it really?
Yes, it's
Shit.
next episode. You piece of shit. You greasy cunt. You gonna do all 7 of the fuckers.
It's
This
the
is with
okay,
farmers.
the farmer and okay. I'll give that episode 6.5.
Yeah,
6.5.
Yeah.
There you go. Don't say we ever never done nothing for you. We just rated all of season 4. How much did we miss? Did we miss a bunch at the end of season 3 too?
Probably, dude.
Probably.
I don't fucking know.
Probably.
I think actually we did it. The last time we did it was, I think, the episode before Sam and M came on.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Or maybe even one before.
They just ruined everything. They ruined my beautiful setup. They ruined us forgetting things.
Yeah.
I kid, of course. Come on anytime, ladies. Come on the show anytime.
You'll have to have your people talk to our people. And
definitely. We're very important. We're busy and important. For sure.
I think that's gonna do it.
Yeah, definitely. Big time.
Okay, actually, before we wrap this up, I do want. Actually, we'll save it for next episode.
Okay,
We're
sweet.
saving it for next episode.
That is this episode 34, Oathkeeper of the We Don't Want. That is this episode, my dudes. Episode 34, Oathkeeper, Game of Thrones, We Don't Want a Podcast. You know the things to do. Hit the subscribe and comment and join the Discord. And
Thanks for hitting the like button.
thanks for being used. So later. Bye.
And bye. All right, that's enough.
Never.